Today I am starting with exception handling in C++. So let us see what is exception handling. First we'll see basic thing what exception is, and then we'll see how to handle it. So exceptions are runtime anomalies or abnormal conditions that a program encounters during its execution. So there are many conditions in running program which are not expected as per the programmer's development or as per the user convenience. So these conditions are called as anomalies or abnormal conditions. Now these conditions or exceptions can be of two types: synchronous exceptions or asynchronous exceptions. Now asynchronous exceptions are beyond the program's control. That means for example a disk failure, a kind of a hardware failure which cannot be detected by a program, and asynchronous exception occurs. Synchronous exceptions are the runtime conditions which can be handled by the program. Okay, C++ provides following specialized keywords for this purpose. As you can see, these keywords are highlighted in red font: try, catch, and throw. So what is use of them? We'll see one by one. We are also going to see a sample program which will demonstrate how to use these keywords to handle the exception. Okay, so try represents a block of code that can throw the exception, or we can say a try block is a block which we wish to monitor for the exceptions. Okay, and it throws it out. The exception, it monitors for the exception, and if it is found, it is thrown out with the help of throw keyword. So try is a block. It starts with a curly bracket and ends with a curly bracket. Again, catch is another block which starts with curly bracket and ends with curly bracket. It represents a block of code that is executed when a particular exception is thrown. This block catches it and displays some information about it. Okay. Now, what is throw? Throw is used to throw the exception. As I told you, there is a block called as a try, which is watching for the exception. And once that exception is detected, it throws that exception out of that block by using throw keyword. It is also used to list the exceptions that a function throws. Okay, but it just throws it out, it doesn't handle it. Now, why to go for exception handling? This is a basic question you might be thinking of. So, the first reason is separating of error handling code from normal code. Okay, so separating normally in our program development, what we do is within the code itself, we check a variety of things, that whether the value of particular ID is in minus or whether it is below zero, or something like that, whether the range allowed range for a variable is valid or not. So this exception handling gives us a separate error handling facility. The second is functions and methods can handle any exceptions they choose. So a function can throw many exceptions but may choose to handle some of them. The other exception which are thrown but not caught can be handled by caller. So in C++, function can specify the exceptions that it throws using the throw keyword. Okay, the caller of this function must handle the exception in some way so that the information can be displayed. So we also use this exception handling for grouping of error types. So both the basic types and objects can throw as an exception. Okay, it is not necessary that if variable is built in, then only we can throw. We can throw objects also if error occurs. We can create a hierarchy of exception objects, group exceptions in namespaces or classes. Okay, so grouping of error types is also easy in with the help of exceptions. Now let us see what kind of code we should write for exception. Now this is a sample program which demonstrates how exception is used, or try, catch, and throw keywords are used. So we'll start from line number 9. Here we have a single integer main program, the main program which returns the integer. Now here on line number 11 I have taken value of x as -1. So I just want to check whether whatever variable I am using, it is less than say 1 or not. If it is less than 1, then I will throw the exception. Sorry, if it is less than 0, then I will throw the exception. That's why I have given value of x as -1. So if value less than 0, throw the exception. If value not less than 0, it will not throw the exception. Okay, so this is the first line, line number 14. I am just displaying the sentence before try. That means I will be starting a try block after this. So line number 15, you can see here a try keyword is written. So try is a keyword, try, then a starting curly bracket is there, which is a syntax of it, and this is end of the try. Okay, so line number 15 is the start of try and line number 22 is end of try. So within this try block, if exception occurs, this try block will throw it out. So first I will display the line inside the try block to indicate that only the control of the execution goes inside the try block. Now I am checking if value of x is less than 0 or not, because if it is less than 0, I want to throw the exception. I want to throw the error on this. So if value of x is less than 0, then throw and x. So x is an integer variable, I am throwing it out from the try block. So where try block ends? Here. So it will be thrown out of this block and it will be catched by this catch keyword. Okay, so after throw I have written one line, that after throw, because this will not be executed, because once that object is thrown out, control will jump to this line, line number 23. So this line number 20 will not reach. That's why this way it is written, after throw, never executed. Now this is end of if, this is end of try, and then I have started with catch. What if once this is thrown, this x is thrown out of the say a try block, it is catched here. So it is similar to that of function. I am throwing the object x, so it should be catched here, integer x. Okay, then here starting of the catch block is, and here's end of the catch block is. Now in this I am writing exception is caught. Now this exception is caught, whatever thrown by this, you can display value of x and you can say -1 value is not allowed, that way. Okay, you can modify it. So this is how to catch it. Now after this, the catch block ends, and here the try, catch and throw or exception handling ends. Line number 27, after catch, now this line will be executed simply and return 0 for the main, and this is end of main. Now let us see how it works. So three keywords are necessary whenever you are using exception handling for your program. See, this is the output before try. It is displayed because of line number 40. Okay, initially, then inside try, this is the line number 16. Then x value we have given as -1, so this will be thrown by x, thrown through x. That means this try block is throwing this x object out. Okay, so this exception caught message is from this catch block, and then the last line is executed, which is at the end, line number 27, after catch will be executed. This is how the exception handling works in C++ with the help of three keywords. You can see this code and you can implement it, right? This is the final code. Now let us see one more example by which you will be able to understand it more clearly, because here we are taking value just x -1 and we are checking whether that value is less than 0 or greater than 0. Now let us see one example which is a very commonly known example, detecting divide by 0. Okay, so exception handling, this is the exception handling example which detects whether you are dividing by 0 or not. Okay, here I have a single main function, line number 10. Here the main function starts. After that I am declaring two integer variable, number 1, number 2, and a double variable as a result. So I am accepting the first number from the user, that is line number 16. Then I am accepting second number from the user, line number 18, and then I am starting with the try block. Inside try block I am checking whether number 2 is equal to 0, because if we are dividing any number by 0, it should give the error. Okay, we should give error such as divide by 0 not allowed, and this is a error, you cannot divide it by 0. So I'm checking if number 2 is equal to 0, throw that number 2 outside the try block and it will be cached here, line number 27. Now if this number 2 is equal to 0, this condition is false. That means this block will not be executed. It will directly jump to line number 24 and it will perform the division operation number 1 by number 2 and it will display the result. Here you can see cout statement display the result. But if this number 2 is equal to 0, then this throw will throw this number 2 over here to the catch and these two statements will not be executed. Now let us see further in the catch. If I am getting that number is definitely 0, which is cached over here as an integer array. So I am giving message divide by 0 error. The second number is 0. So this is not allowed. So it will end our program. Let us see what output it is giving. So let us see the output here. I give 100 and then 20. It gives 5 as a result. And let us see if I give second number as 0, what output it is giving. First number is 100, the second number I am giving as 0. So see here, it is giving output as divide by 0 and second number is divide by 0 error and second number is 0. So this is how this exception handling works.